Hey fellas, I've been sweating my soul through this hat for the past 3 days and only now did I realise it's not for decorative purposes. It's almost Christmas! What? Now of course, to avoid Christmas, I could always take the hat off and celebrate Cinco de Mayo instead. This seems like cultural appropriation. Let's get into the festive spirit somehow. Now you see, the biggest problem there is the how, but don't worry, I have a solution. How the Grinch Stole Christmas on the Nintendo DS. Come on, it's a family tradition.
The Grinch, one of Christmas's most famous anti-figures. I don't get this guy. Originally conceived in 1957 by Dr. Seuss for the hit book How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the character has grown immensely over the years. This guy's legacy is cemented as an integral part of Christmas and his values are upheld to this day. Like theft. The book had a great moral about putting aside your differences and giving joy and love to the people you care about. So of course the best thing to do is commercialize that. The amount of Grinch adaptations are insane, not just in film and animation, but in video games, strangely enough. There have been 2 Grinch video games over the years. The first one, simply titled The Grinch, was released in 2000 on the PlayStation, Dreamcast, and PC. This one is not good. This thing was absolutely slammed upon release, and I'm not really in the mood to play a bad game during the season of giving, so I think I'm gonna move on to How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Nintendo DS. This thing received even worse reviews. Let's give it a go. Developed by Black Lantern Studios and released just in time for the holiday season of 2007, this game is not very good. You can tell this thing was made in about a week because it follows a very basic gameplay style, an elevator action stealth game.
Well people, it's Christmas time, so this year at We Really Care About the Customer Incorporated, we present to you a bottle of milk. We really care.
This thing is honestly just offensive for a DS game. It could have run fine on the Game Boy Advance. It's all the same muddy pixel art. Nothing about it is nice to look at. I'd have more fun looking at an enema. Point taken. If we're already piss poor just looking at it, think about playing it.
Yeah, I don't like this one.
The gameplay for this thing isn't even bad, it's just really boring. The player navigates the Grinch around the house at night and attempts to steal presents and avoid sleepwalkers and
boobs.
Well, that defeats the entire moral of the book. Think about the kids! You walk left, you walk right, you go downstairs, chimneys, duck. About it. What do you want me to say here? Well, once you've stolen all the presents, you can go through another chimney and move on to the next house. It looks the exact same. You can just go up more stairs this time. There's only 7 levels and they're all fairly quick. You can beat the game in about an hour. It's not like I'm complaining, I don't want to play it any more than that. My main problem is that it just doesn't really feel like a Grinch game. You could replace the Grinch with Bonnie Parker and the game would still be the same. Although the idea of Bonnie Parker in a DS game is much funnier. Like I said earlier, the environments make everything look the exact same. It's very hard to know where I'm even going. Away from the game, I'd hope, but alas, here we are. The game isn't really difficult, but for young players... Oh my god! The enemies will wander just about anywhere, and if you collide with them, you have to play one of these touch control minigames. They're fine, sure, but they're very confusing for younger kids. Am I saying this because they were confusing for me? Maybe a little. I've really got nothing more to say about this one. It's ugly, boring, unpredictable, basically just a weird kid at school.
Well, that's an hour I'm never getting back. Thanks, Mr. Grinch. Thankfully, though, I do have 7 days left to get in the festive spirit, so let's spend some time planning it out. Alright, so tomorrow I'll play How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Nintendo DS. The day after that I might be a bit busy. Playing How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Nintendo DS. Day after that I'm playing How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Nintendo DS.